Have you ever spent hours glancing at your phone waiting for a message from someone special, only to be disappointed again? It has a feeling familiar to everyone. The urge to get attention and care from someone who seems unavailable. But there is good news. There are psychological techniques that can help that person start to really miss you. The human mind is incredibly complex, and one of its most interesting aspects is the pursuit of things that are difficult to achieve. We know the adage, you don't know what you have until you lose it. By applying certain strategies, you can get that person to start missing your presence and thinking about you even when you're not around. Here are 6 rules that will help you win his heart and mind. First rule: create an aura of mystery. This principle is not new. For centuries, mystery has had a magnetic power for the human mind in the context of personal relationships. Mystery can be a powerful tool for forming a deep and lasting attachment. When we speak of mystery, we are not referring to withholding information or unwarranted secrecy. It is more about consciously managing what you reveal. Don't reveal everything at once. Let the development of the story unfold gradually, holding the other person as attention. Every detail you share becomes a piece of the puzzle the other wants to put together. The beauty of mystery is that it evokes a deep emotional connection. Thoughts of you will return again and again as the person wants to know more. This awakens a subconscious desire to spend more time with you. Also, being mysterious allows you to maintain your autonomy in a world where revealing personal details is becoming the norm. By controlling what and when to reveal, you protect your personal boundaries and show that you are an independent person with a rich life. By creating an aura of mystery, you become a more interesting and complex person that others are interested in interacting with. The second rule: realize the power of scarcity. This principle is deeply rooted in human psychology and states that we value more what is difficult to achieve or presented in limited quantities. In relationships, this means managing your time, energy, and attention so that they are seen as valuable resources rather than something that is always available. If you always on call and respond instantly to every message, you can start to be seen as predictable and sometimes even taken for granted. This diminishes the value the other person places on you. However, if you introduce an element of scarcity, a sense of urgency and importance is created, which can have a significant impact on how you are perceived. When a person doesn't have constant access to you, they begin to think about you more often during periods of your absence. Your absence becomes a powerful incentive to emphasize the importance of your presence. It is important, However, to balance scarcity with warmth and sincerity, this is not manipulation, but a healthy rhythm in the relationship. The third rule: be sincere. This concept, while seemingly simple, has a significant impact on our interactions with others. Authenticity is attractive because it is rare. When someone dares to be themselves, they become interesting and fresh. Being authentic takes courage. It means being vulnerable and accepting that not everyone will appreciate you for who you are. But when you dare to be yourself, it draws people in. Sincerity makes you stand out from the crowd. People remember those who boldly show their personality. Have you ever caught yourself checking your phone over and over again, waiting for a message from someone important and feeling disappointed every time? It is familiar to many. Waiting for attention from someone who seems distant, but there is good news. There are psychological techniques that can help the person start missing you. The human brain is incredibly complex, and one of its characteristics is the desire for things that are hard to get. It is a classic rule of thumb. You start to appreciate when you lose if you use certain techniques. You can get a person to start missing you, even from a distance. Here are a few strategies that will help to get attention and evoke feelings. The first strategy is to create an aura of mystery. This is nothing new. Since ancient times, everything unknown has attracted people. In personal relationships, mystery can be a powerful tool for forming attachment. It does not imply secrecy, but rather how to gradually reveal yourself. Being mysterious makes the other person think about you and want to know more. It preserves your independence and makes you an interesting person whose traits are yet to be discovered. However, it is important not to go overboard. You need to strike a balance between being mysterious and being sincere. Being mysterious doesn't mean being deceitful. It is the art of openness, but with gradual self-disclosure, like an artist who adds touches to his work. The second strategy is managing scarcity. People appreciate what is available in limited quantities. You can apply this rule to relationships by allocating your time and attention wisely so that they are valued. If you are always on call, you run the risk of becoming someone who is taken for granted. However, if you become less frequently available, your presence will be more meaningful. The person will begin to think about you more often, longing to recapture those moments when you communicated. This method helps create a sense of expectation and desire, but it is important not to play games. Your sparseness should be natural, not artificial. Independence and personal boundaries will add even more value to you in the other's eyes. The third strategy is to be genuine. Being yourself with all your peculiarities and flaws is what attracts others. In a world where many strive to conform to standards, staying true to yourself is a true way to stand out. By accepting yourself for who you are, you become unforgettable. People don't remember those who go with the flow, but those who boldly express themselves and bring something unique to the lives of those around them. It is important to realize that authenticity does not mean being inflexible or imposing your views on others. Rather, it is about staying true to one's beliefs while respecting the differences in others. Authenticity does not create barriers, but rather fosters sincere relationships based on mutual respect. By remaining genuine, you create an atmosphere where those around you can also be themselves, forming a space for authentic relationships. Being authentic also fills you with strength and energy. By following your interests and not caring about the opinions of others, you exude an appealing aura. People are drawn to this kind of energy because it comes from a deep sense of purpose. This passion-driven authenticity makes others miss you, wanting to feel that vibrant and sincere energy again. Ultimately, authenticity is recognizing your intrinsic worth, regardless of the opinions of others. It is living a life based on your beliefs and values, free from external expectations. By achieving this, you not only become a happier and more fulfilled person, but you also attract people who value genuine and deep connections. The fourth rule to help make someone miss you is to know how to end an interaction on an emotional high. This principle is widely used in art, entertainment, and even negotiation. The point is to manage the intensity of the interaction, leaving your partner with a desire for more. When communicating, whether it is a conversation, date, or correspondence, it is important not to drag out the moments so that emotions don't fade. If you stop in time when interest is still high, it creates anticipation for the next meeting. This approach helps to keep the brightness of emotions, and the person will return again and again to the experienced moments, increasing the desire to continue communication. It is a subtle but effective tactic that allows you to stay in the other person's thoughts even after the communication is over. It also reinforces your value in his eyes, demonstrating that your time and company are important. In addition, this rule helps you focus on creating quality moments rather than quantity of communication. Instead of dragging out the meeting, you create memorable episodes that leave lasting impressions. It is important to remember that it is not about manipulation, but about naturally managing the dynamics of communication, allowing you to end the interaction on a positive note and leave a vivid impression. The fifth rule that will help cause someone to miss you has to do with projecting confidence and charisma. These qualities, taken together, create an attractive force, but they need to be developed purposefully. Confidence is not a display of power or arrogance, but a deep, sincere realization of one's worth. It is the ability to recognize your mistakes, learn from them, and not be afraid to be vulnerable. Such confidence commands respect, demonstrating that you are a whole person, not dependent on the opinions of others. Charisma, in turn, manifests itself in the ability to attract and hold the attention of others. Charismatic people are confident communicators and listeners, making others feel important and understood. Charisma is the ability to cause people positive emotions in their presence, which leaves a vivid impression even after the completion of communication. It is natural to seek recognition and value, but if that desire develops into a compulsive need for approval, it can backfire. Constantly waiting for external validation can make you seem insecure, dependent, or even desperate. This diminishes your attractiveness and ultimately devalues your presence. Instead of dwelling on the opinions of others, focus your energy on creating a full and fulfilling life for yourself. Focus on your interests, goals, and hobbies. Develop an identity that doesn't depend on the opinions of others. This approach not only makes you more interesting and attractive, but also sends a clear message. You are an independent person whose life is meaningful, and you don't need constant approval to feel whole. This behavior creates an aura of mystery and intrigue. When you rate not seeking constant attention or validation from another person, they begin to wonder what you do, what inspires you, and why you don't need their approval. This curiosity can be a strong motivator, making him miss you as he ponders what is going on in your life that he doesn't know. Applying these principles requires balance and a sincere commitment to your own development. These are not games or manipulation, but a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself and allowing that inner strength to naturally attract those around you. By following these principles, you'll notice how others are increasingly willing to spend time with you, looking forward to the next time they meet you. Give it a like, write psychology in the comments, subscribe.